Hi, my name is DelmarshaeWalker. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day today. In this video, I want to talk about the vision of this country. You kind of seen it more during the pandemic, especially with the people being vaccinated and unvaccinated. And it was a lot of people stepping forward, and a lot of those people was famous people stepping forward saying that everyone should get vaccinated, it's safe. And then like now everything is coming out, the truth, that it's not safe for everyone, that we have been lied to. And then you also see the division with Democrats and Republicans. You see you see division. Now the division, there was white against black, Christians against non-Christian, people for abortion, people against abortion. And now the saddest part for me is when mothers can't feed their babies, and they can't, there's no formula for them to be able to go get to feed their babies. To me, that's the most heartbreaking thing you can ever see. And it's famous people tweeting just breastfeed. And then what makes it so bad is it's a woman. It was another video I did recently where I was saying sometimes a woman's worst enemy is another woman. And for a woman to be so insensitive, like I said, the most heartbreaking thing as a mother is not being able to feed your child, regardless if it's through breastfeeding or formula feeding, not having the option of feeding your child. That is very heartbreaking, and that is very devastating. And you as a person with a lot of people following you tweet out just breastfeed, and you're a woman, that is the most insensitive thing I ever seen. For the simple fact, common sense should tell you not every woman can breastfeed. There has been a lot of women who wanted to breastfeed their baby. When they was in the hospital, they worked with, I don't know the name of these people, but they're like specialists to help the mother be able to breastfeed. There's different herbs you can take that's supposed to help your body where you produce milk. Some women go through all of that and still cannot breastfeed. So the only option they have is to get formula. And some of those mothers, they choose to go to milk bank. Even before it got to this point, they still wanted their babies to have breast milk, so they would go to milk banks and use other mothers' breast milk to feed their baby because they felt that it was more healthier than getting formula. Some women are taking medication. The medication they're taking, they cannot stop taking it because they love their children. They know if they breastfeed, that medication can get into their child, and they don't want to put their child's health in jeopardy, so they choose not to breastfeed for that reason. So just to say, oh, stick a tit in their mouth, it'll be okay, that is insensitive. That it's like some people just really need to just be quiet sometime. If it's not directly affecting you, if it's not, because I don't think you have a baby, the person who tweeted this. So because you're not out there trying to get formula for your baby, this is something that you really didn't have to tweet about. This is something that you really didn't have to comment about. But to be insensitive to a mother who's out there trying to feed her child and can't because there's nothing out there for their kids to get. And so, and then it's another thing that as a whole, like I went through as far as all these different divisions, this is why people need to really think about who they make their idols. As Christians, we're told that we only should worship one God, and that's Jehovah, Alpha and Omega. That is the only God that we should worship. When you think about idols or don't worship idols, a lot of people think about man-made gods that people make and then have them as their gods. No, you can have an idol as far as a human being, and you're making that person as your God. As Christians, we're not supposed to follow behind people. We're supposed to follow Jesus, who's going to lead us to God. There's nobody above you. I don't care who you are, what job you have. There's nobody above you. Because when God look at everybody, he judges them by their heart. He don't judge them by their bank account. He judges them by their heart. So when you're standing in that line, God gonna ask you, what have you done? And if they don't believe in God, well, it's not a problem. Because they're still gonna be under judgment. But I'm not gonna get into that. But at the same time, like I said, so stop stepping over people, because a lot of these mothers who's producing breast milk and they're donating it to breast banks, and y'all are getting the breast milk, some of y'all would have stepped over those women. Some of y'all wouldn't have looked at those women twice. Some of y'all would have been rude to those women. But a lot of times the people that be out there in the front line with you are the people that's not up here, or the people that you have put on pedestal. Those are the ones that would sell you out just like that. Those are the ones that would turn their backs on you. Those are the ones that if the world was on fire and they had a way to leave this earth to go to Mars, those are the ones that would be hopping on that jet plane or whatever to get to Mars and leave you behind right here, wishing that you could be on that plane with your idol. So that's why you should never put anyone above you, and that's why you should never put anyone above other people. I treat everybody with respect. And then the people who I look at that I feel like common sense, I understand they say common sense isn't common to everybody, but sometimes common sense should at least be, you should at least have common decency to not tell a person what they can and cannot do, or should not do, and you don't know that person. And you're just making a blanket statement. You know what I'm saying? You don't think these women already feel bad that their kids are starving? You don't think that make them feel bad then to say, oh, just stick a titty in their mouth? Just breastfeed, you'll be okay? And they can't, regardless if there's a medical condition, or regardless if they're taking medication and they don't want that medication to be transferred to their child, and they can't stop taking that medication because that medication might mean life or death to them. Have you ever thought about that? It's like, really, just have common decency, common courtesy for other human beings. I don't care what tax bracket they're in. If they're breathing, they're human. If they're breathing, they deserve respect. If they're breathing, they deserve to be looked at as, okay, it's a problem. What is the solution? What other solutions do we have? How can I help this person? If I can't help them, just don't say anything. If you're not contributing to solving the problem, and you're only creating more chaos and more problems, like I said, that made me look at you and say, okay, what side are you really on? Are you just saying something because you want more confusion? Or are you saying something because you really just not that considerate of other people in this world? So it makes me really think about it, because like, I don't really want to get into it, but right now we have two divisions. And I went through them, you know, whether it's Democrat, Republican, white, black, Christian, non-Christian, Roe versus Wade, you know, pro-abortion, against abortion, whatever. But it's just constant division, and people are playing into it. People are falling for it. And so there's going to be a third division where people are divided on another level, because a lot of people cannot deal with reality. And so they're putting everybody in a position. Let me change that. They're trying to put people, because everybody is not going to fall for it. They're trying to put people in a position where they don't have to deal with reality anymore. They're taking away that choice. And like, well, let me rephrase that. They're not taking away that choice. Some people are to the point where they can't deal with reality no more. They would rather give up that choice. So some people, you're just going to have people fighting for this, that, and then some people are just going to be, they're just giving up. They would rather exist in a world that's outside of reality and just be okay with that and not have to deal with true reality. And it's sad because it's really just a game. It's really just a game, and a lot of people are playing into that game. And that's the saddest part. It's like you got players and people being manipulated. Like I said, it's chess. It's a lot of pawns out here, and it's a lot of people that are playing the game, but they're not the actual top. I can't even think of what I want to use, but they're not the ones that's actually at the top. They're being manipulated in different ways, just like everyone else has been manipulated. I know this might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it's really not. If you really just look at everything that's really going on now, you would see that it's a game. And so I'm in here sweating. I'm getting hot. So let me just go ahead and end it the video here. And for every mother that's out there that needs milk for their baby, I pray that you do get it, whether you're going to a milk bank and get it, or if you're able to find the formula that your baby needs. I pray that you do get that help, get that milk for your baby, because I know how devastating that can be as a mother and feel just so helpless. So I truly hope you get what you need. And I wish everyone else that's divided, regardless of what the division is, that they really would just open their eyes and just stop playing the game and just come together. Because you can get more done as a unit than you can being divided. They understand that, and that's why they play into it. And that's why you should be careful of who you look up to or who you put as your idol. Because like I said, I only bow down to God. I only follow Jesus. Anybody, like I said, I don't see statue as far as, oh, this person is famous, this person. I'm not following y'all because I don't know where y'all going. I don't know what side of the fence y'all are on, because you can't be wavering. When it comes to God, you can't waver. You either got to be for or against. You can't be sitting on the fence wavering. You can't say, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. But when I look at your lifestyle, you're running around here looking like everyone else. I can't differentiate you from a non-Christian, but I'm supposed to follow you. And so sometimes people throw that word out there, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. Do it mean the same as a Christian that sits and read their Bible? Do it mean the same as a Christian that's out here fighting for God? Does it mean the same? You know, like when Jesus had his 12 disciples and he sent them out there in the world to be a fisher of men, is it the same? Or you're just using that as a title, like other titles? Like I said, I'm talking too much, so let me just go ahead and get off here. And I hope everyone have a great day. Peace.